guys, welcome to this video. So this is my question and answer video that I told you guys I would do a while ago, back when I had 500 subscribers. Now I'm almost at 1,000, so I figured I better get to it. To be fair though, I didn't expect it to go this fast, and yeah, my bad. I was also waiting for my new camera, which I am filming this on. Let me know if the quality is better than my iPhone. It really should be. And it came in, the delivery was a disaster. So we're just gonna get started here because I've got a ton of questions from you guys, a ton. So let's get into it. First question, where are you from? Well, don't really know what you mean by that question. Where am I from as in where is I born or where do I live? Where I'm from is, hold on cats, guys, stop. I was born in Buffalo, New York. I currently live in Michigan. There we go. How do you feel about Sims 4 based on what we've seen? Well, we haven't seen much, but from what we have seen, I am pretty excited. It looks great. I love everything they're changing about it, but it's hard to say based on what it is. Personally, I'm going to be a let me play it before I make my opinion because, you know, The Sims 3 is a laggy monster and blah. So, anyway, the next question, and some of these are going to be kind of outdated because of how long it took me to make this, but next question, do you think the 50th anniversary episode of Doctor Who lived up to or exceeded the hype? For me, it exceeded it. I thought it was incredible, it was brilliant, it was perfect, totally not what I was expecting, and I loved it. If you think otherwise, that's fine, but I absolutely loved it. All of the feels. Tell us a romantic story about you and Blake. This one I kind of had a hard time with because me and Blake aren't the typical, like, romantic-y kind of couple. Like, we do nice things for each other and stuff, but he's not like a traditional romantic guy. He doesn't buy me flowers. I told him to never buy me flowers, that kind of thing. So I'd say if you're going for traditional romance, probably the most romantic thing he's ever done is when he proposed to me in the middle of the ocean. We were in Florida on vacation, and it was really sweet, and it was adorable. And, yeah, I didn't see it coming. As for just everyday little things he does for me, he does a lot of great little things. Like, he'll leave me notes on the mirror, he'll leave me notes, you know, just in general. He'll go get breakfast without me asking. If I'm feeling sick, he'll go get me something small. One time I was really, really sick, and I went in the refrigerator to get a drink, and there was a box of Legos in the refrigerator waiting for me. It's just sweet little stuff like that he does, that I'd say I probably find the most romantic, just the fact that he thinks about me generally, and he's like, oh yeah, that would make her happy. But yeah, we're not like a mushy-gushy, you know, buy me flowers, candy, jewelry kind of thing. I'm not that type of girl. So, next, what consoles do you own? I own the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, the Wii, the Wii U, and a GameCube. Not an Xbox fan, in case you couldn't tell by that list. What are your favorite foods? That is a hard one. I'd say chicken. You can cook chicken any way you can think of cooking chicken, and I'll eat it. Love chicken. French fries and gravy. Cake. I love cake. I love food a lot. It'd be really hard for me to pick, like, one or two of my favorite foods. I love food. Are you in any fandoms? The word fandom kind of scares me, honestly, because from what I can tell of fandoms, they're like the super hyper like crazy people who are obsessed with stuff fandoms. And if that's you, I'm like, don't be offended. I wouldn't necessarily consider myself in a fandom because that word just kind of terrifies me. I'm terrified of people who are like psycho fans of things. But I guess things that I'm fans of, I'd be considered a Whovian. I love Doctor Who. There were more that I thought of, but I can't honestly remember off the top of my head right this second. I'm itchy. My hair's making me itchy. Things I am a fan of. Music, like, if you're thinking music, no, I'm not like a Katy Cat or a whatever the Gagas are called. I stay far away from that crowd. So yeah, I mean, I like a lot of stuff, but I wouldn't necessarily consider part of a fandom. Oh, I am a Trekkie though, actually. Trekkie, Star Trek, that's my shit. Anyway, Do you have a Facebook? I have a personal Facebook. I don't have like a YouTube fan page thing, so I won't be giving that out. What do you think of the new World, which is Roaring Heights, which is actually out now, so my bad. I haven't gotten it. I'll probably get it eventually. I just haven't had time, and I don't really want to buy something I'm not going to use because it's Christmas. I can spend that $35 elsewhere. But I think it looks really cool. I think the style is very different from what we've had. And yeah, the roller coasters are really cool. Next, in the shower, do you face the water or do you face away from the water? Now this I found interesting because it depends. If I love showers. In the wintertime, I will take a shower just to get warm. So if I'm taking a shower just for the sake of standing there in hot water because I'm cold or I'm bored, I typically face the water. If I'm showering for the sake of like washing my hair or like, you know, showering like normal people, I face away from the water because you can't really wash your hair when you're facing the water. Soap gets in your eyes. It's a disaster. Kitty, will you quiet down? What new features do you want in The Sims 4? I don't care. I just want it to work better than The Sims 3. Honestly, I genuinely don't care as long as the game works. That's it. I am so easy to please. Do you feel like a geek because you wear glasses? I feel like a geek for a lot of reasons, probably the least being because of my glasses. Without my glasses, I literally can't see. But yeah, I think out of all the things that make me a geek, my glasses are probably the very last piece. Windows 7 or 8? Windows 7. Windows 8 is rubbish. I will never use it. I would sacrifice my gaming PC and go back to a Mac. I mean, we have a Mac, but I would specifically go to Mac if I ever only had the choice of Windows 8. I'm completely serious. It's garbage. Sims 1, 2, or 3? Probably Sims 2. I think it had so much personality and so many little things in it that just made the game so fun. So Sims 2. Favorite expansion pack? You know, I hate to be cliche on this, but I'm gonna say Seasons just because I think The Sims is so unrealistic without Seasons. It really bugs me. So just for the fact of adding more realistic feel to the game, I would say Seasons. To the next page! My favorite Starbucks drink. In the summer, I'm gonna go with Passion Iced Tea. It's really light, it's really delicious. And in the winter or any other time, I get a soy caramel macchiato. Try to stay away from milk because it doesn't make me feel good. My favorite author / book. This is a tough one. I love reading. I love books. I'm gonna go with just my favorite book, and I will show you what it is. 1 second. Alright, this is the fancy Barnes & Noble version. I hope you can see it. It's the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's a giant book. This is actually the 5 complete novels in one book. It's by Douglas Adams. If you're into like funny sci-fi, this is awesome. I genuinely love this book. It's so funny. I use a lot of references from this book. I absolutely love it. So yes, if you're interested, I mean, again, there's 5 books in this, so don't be like terrified by how big it is. But Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams is definitely a fave. Well, my camera decided to shut off. How rude is that? So I forgot to turn off the auto off feature on my camera. So it turned off a couple minutes ago, so I have to redo a couple questions. So I cut off at favorite TV series. My favorite TV series probably, that's a hard one, but if I had to pick one series that never really gets old for me or I watch like the whole way through, sorry, I'm playing with my hair. That's weird, huh? Favorite TV series would probably be either Doctor Who, Star Trek, any of the Star Trek series, or Futurama. My favorite YouTuber, I'm going to go the safe route on this and not include Sims YouTubers. This kind of changes depending on my mood and what I'm into watching at the time. Currently, I would probably say Zoella. I love her. She's just adorable. Favorite Sims 3 world, Aurora Skies. If you watch my LPs, you know I love Aurora Skies. I pretty much can't stop talking about it. My cat's names. The little orange one that you just saw who keeps trying to stick his face in my camera is Jarvis. And the gray one, she's my older kitty. Her name is Kitty. Yes, our cat's name is Kitty. If you have a problem with it, deal with it. YouTube starting advice. Oh boy, so I could talk about this for days. To avoid that, I'm gonna tell you, if you want to know exactly how I feel down to a T, literally, about how I feel about this, go watch the video I'm going to link right here by Black Essence. She talks about it in length, and I completely, 1,000,000,000% agree with her. But for a couple quick starting tips, I will tell you this. I know it's hard because a lot of people who are getting into, especially Sims, are younger, so they can't really afford nice equipment or, brand new computer. I get that. I completely understand. But try to do your research and do the best you can to get the best quality out of what you have. If you have an older computer, don't try to jack your video settings way up. You're going to make your game so laggy that it's unwatchable. Try to get the best audio you can. You can get a decent microphone for like $10. Like the one that I used when I first started was a $10 tiny little Logitech microphone, and it really sounded okay. Don't assume that you have to put a ton of money into this to be good. Number 2, and probably my biggest, is don't beg for subscribers and do not advertise on other people's channels. It is so rude. People will notice, and you're not going to get very far doing that. What I mean by begging for subscribers is kind of the people you'll see on Twitter or just in general who are like, I'm this many away from this many subscribers, get me there by this day and I'll do this. Don't do that. Like, personally, if I see people doing that, I go out of my way to not subscribe. It's so aggravating. Let your work speak for, I'm so annoyed, I can't even talk. Let your work speak for yourself. If you're having to beg for subscribers, that pretty much means your work is not very good. And I'm sorry, but if this offends you, I'd assume I'm either talking about something you do or I don't know. But I'm not meaning to offend. I'm genuinely trying to help here. If you're not gaining subscribers, try to figure out why. You gotta be honest with yourself. Watch your videos, look at your work, and be like, is this quality? Is this something that I would watch if I wasn't the one making it? That's what I try to do with my own videos. I try to improve where I can. I know I'm not perfect. I know I have plenty of work to do, but I try to be honest with myself. Don't beg. If you're begging for subscribers, you're doing something wrong. I have never asked anyone to look at my channel. I've never asked anyone to subscribe. I've never advertised on other people's channels. Like, in their comments, there are people, and you can see it because they're not very clever about it. They don't hide their activity. Or again, if you watch a lot of Sims videos, you'll see the same people copy pasting, great video, check out my channel and subscribe. It's not sincere. It's not personal. If you want me to check out your channel, send me a message personally and try to talk to me as a person, not just copy paste the same comment you put on everyone's video telling me to subscribe. Guess what? I'm going to delete your comment and I'm not going to subscribe. I'm sorry. It's rude. I've never done that. All of the people that I see who are successful on YouTube don't do that. So don't do it. Those are probably my biggest things. Be yourself. Get the best equipment you can. Again, that doesn't mean it has to be expensive, but get the best equipment you can. Do your research. And don't be annoying and rude. Try to make genuine connections with people. That's what's gonna get you places. Moving on. Favorite color. My favorite color is purple, like a dark royal purple. I got a couple questions about Doctor Who, so I'm going to start with all of time and space, everywhere and anywhere, every star that ever was. Where do you want to start? If I could go anywhere in time or space, anywhere. This is a hard one. I would probably go, that's really hard. Where would be the first place I go? I would probably honestly go just to see where the world started. So just, you know, just off in space, like right out there. And I also think it would be enough for me to live my life, because all I ever want to do in life is go to space. I would die happy just seeing the Earth from space. Genuinely myself, whether it's the space station or the moon, anywhere, just be able to look at the Earth and just, it's incredible. Yeah, anyway, I'm a space nerd. Any favorite companions, and which doctor is my doctor? Another hard question. I love Rose, because Rose is just like that one that was, it cut so deep when she wasn't there anymore. But I'd say probably, I like Donna Noble and I like Amy Pond, both because they're sassy, they're feisty, they kind of push back with the doctor, you know, they keep him in line. Donna, I cried with what happened with Donna. It was the worst moment ever. And which doctor is my doctor? If this question is referring to which doctor got me into Doctor Who, it would be 9 Eccleston. Obviously, I started watching Doctor Who with the remake. I'm not 80 years old. No offense. If anyone is, that's fine. But yeah, I started watching it, and I love Eccleston. I wish we would have seen more of him. I really loved him. But then I'd probably have to go with, see, I love Tennant too, but I really love Matt Smith. I wasn't sure about him at first, but he really, I'd say probably Matt Smith. Okay, moving on. Life-threatening experience. Now this is probably the heaviest question I got, and I debated at length what to say about this, but I decided I'm going to be honest with you guys because that's how I want to run my channel. When I was a junior in high school, so about 2005, I was very, very ill. I got down to around 70-ish pounds. Couldn't eat, couldn't keep anything down for months. Was very sick. My doctor was convinced I had an eating disorder, which if you know me, that's the last thing I would ever have because I'm obsessed with food. If anything, I eat too much. And it got to the point where it legitimately almost killed me. No one would listen to me. My doctors would not cooperate. So I went into the hospital to have an emergency, kind of just a scope. They were going to do a little incision in my stomach to kind of look around and see if they could find anything was wrong. That was supposed to be a 2-hour procedure. I woke up 8 hours later with a huge scar down my stomach, and they told me I had Crohn's disease. If you want to know more about Crohn's disease, or if you have it, or if you know someone who does and you want to talk about it, feel free. I'm perfectly comfortable talking about it. So yeah, basically what happened is my insides, I was poisoned from the inside, and my body was shutting down, and I almost died. I spent more than a couple weeks in the hospital recovering after my surgery. It was horrible. I was out of school for I believe about 3 months, 2 to 3 months. It was really hard, and it affected. Oh good heavens, now my camera battery died. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, it affected me in a lot of ways. Luckily, my Crohn's is very mild. I'm really lucky. I don't get as sick as quite a lot of people do. I'm all flustered now. Yeah. So yeah, again, if any of you have it, know someone who have it, or you just want to talk more about it, feel free to message me. I'd love to sit down and talk to you. It is what it is. Live the rest of my life with it. Do what I can. Next, most awkward moment. My whole life is basically an awkward moment, such as 5 minutes ago when I was talking to myself for who knows how long while my camera wasn't even recording. So that's awkward. Where in the world would you like to visit most? If I could only visit one place ever, it would be Italy, where my family is from. It's a small little town called Norcia. Yeah, I'd like to visit there. Next, what kind of games do you like? I like MMOs, World of Warcraft, Rift, Guild Wars 2, that kind of thing. Really excited for WildStar coming out, hopefully sooner than later. League of Legends, I play RPG type games, so you know, your Zelda, your, you know, that kind of game. I love Animal Crossing, Pokemon. Used to play a lot of first-person shooters back in the, you know, Halo, back when Halo was good, but not so much anymore. Yeah, simulation games, SimCity, The Sims, that kind of stuff. I'll try any game, really, and see how I like it. Favorite movie? Again, I'm not really good with picking favorites of things. I'd say I love the Harry Potter movies, the Lord of the Rings movies. I've got, like, a hair on my face. That kind of thing. If I could only have one expansion pack, what would it be? Probably Seasons again, because it just adds so much to the game. Do you have or do you plan to have children? No, I do not have kids, and no, I do not plan to have kids. I don't really know how to get into this because for some reason people are super opinionated about this, and it's like, it's my life, what do you care? But no, Blake and I don't want kids. It's just not it's not something I need in my life to feel whole, to make my life feel meaningful. Not that kind of person. I love kids. I love my nieces and nephews so much, but they're not for me. Because of, you know, health issues and other things. I can do without them. Plus, you know, kids are expensive. It sounds bad, but I can at least admit it, that I'm a little bit too selfish for kids, you know? It's like, do I want a new computer or do I want to buy a crib? Let's think about that. I'd rather have the computer. So yeah, that's all the questions I have right now. In case you guys weren't aware still, I have started up my vlog channel. There's links for it everywhere. And I'd be more than happy to do more videos like this, question and answers. If you would like to, go ahead and leave a question you have in the comments of this video, and when I get enough, I'll post another question and answer video on my vlog channel. There'll be a lot of vlogs coming up, especially for Christmas, while me and Blake are away on our trip. It'll be fun. Me and my sister are going to be doing some fun challenges with my nieces, all kinds of stuff, so make sure you check that out if you're interested. Hopefully my camera is still recording. I gotta figure out what's going on with that. Again, this is the first time I've really used it, so, you know, trial and error. But thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. That's amazing. Yeah, and please keep in mind, like, everything in this video was my opinion. Doesn't mean you have to agree with me. Doesn't mean you have to be nasty about it. Just take it for what it is, my opinion. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye!